Hello there. I guess I must have done that one already. Yeah, I remember that one. I guess the one that I haven't done yet must be Perplexing Puzzles as far as the next one. Yeah, now that I think of it, I do vaguely remember getting through the mastery of this and then calling it a day. Alright, well, just waiting a moment since it's not really 3 p.m. yet. As far as things are concerned, something has come up which I may want to participate in this coming Tuesday. I'll probably post in the thread, but there's a decent chance I'll just skip streaming this coming Tuesday. Probably not a big deal to anyone, but thought I should mention it. Alright. I guess I'll go ahead and start. So this is by Rogu3, who I think we've seen before. A small collection of difficult puzzles. As long as it's not more of these standard puzzles like these earlier things. So this is, the level is called The Level. Only one level? This shouldn't take long. B-throw. Created 2011, I think that said, or did it say 2001? Alright. Well, it's not hard to see what the problem is here. Maybe I should start facing that way since that's the closer eye. Huh. Well. Is one of these pushable? Yes, I can push you. So maybe that's what I need to do. Yep. Maybe. Possibly I need to do this in a different order, but that's the right idea. Let's try killing that first. No, okay. So we gotta push her and then... Like, I can't let... So the problem is, although I'm 100% sure that pushing this queen east is the idea, if she still spawns a roach where it's there, I can't do anything about that still. Or can I? No, there's no way to stick the roach there. And it just takes too long. I can't go all the way over here without the other queen spawning. And I can't go all the way up and over without her spawning. The problem is it's such a long trip to push the queen out, and on top of that I have to wait a turn here to actually push her out. If I do exactly that, then she'll spawn it there. But that doesn't help because then I have this problem. Like if I push her out exactly on the 30th turn, that's great and all, but I still can't get up to the north one without a problem. Yeah, I see what you mean. Leaving her here puts me one turn ahead of where I was before, but that doesn't actually fix the problem either. I don't know, what if I just let her be right where she is now? Yeah, that's it. Okay. I need to do something like that, but now is when I use the 30th turn trick. Oh, never mind. No, I want her to spawn there. Maybe? No, I want her to spawn there without moving, so... So I guess I'll need to do this, then stay here while she spawns again, so the roaches prevent her from getting out. That's it. It's rather fascinating that this room, which looks like a room where you're not fast enough, has a solution that involves waiting essentially 60 turns. I'm kind of satisfied by that concept in general. Let's see. What's the best course of action? Alright, well that's not it. Well, I don't have to use up that trapdoor just yet. But I'm not sure how useful it is to not use it up. I guess that gives me access to one more dead eye. Yeah, maybe this works, helps or something. Now, what do you want to bet? I need one of these eyes to be alive when I go to the next section of the area. That just seems like a very typical thing to do from a puzzle that wants to be hard. I guess I'm not going to worry about it just now, though. I bet something is bad from those roach queens spawning, but who knows. If I push this, then I have to wait around for half an hour. Okay. And then it'll open a few doors and let me go back up here, which doesn't seem very helpful. Well, I guess... I guess that releases the Wraithwing. It looks to me like I need to push one of these roach queens down through here after dropping all the trapdoors to use it on this eye thing. Maybe? That may not be necessary, actually. Let's see, if I step here, they both come in, then I take a step back. Yeah, I guess I need a queen up down here. Up, down? I need a queen down here, so I'll need to keep that in mind. I guess I should go ahead and do that. My biggest problem is I don't know if I've already messed up by giving those queens such a long time to spawn. In theory, I could use the Wraithwing instead of using a Roach Queen. In fact, that might be better since it won't die to hot tiles. So maybe I'll just hang on to him for that. I would guess that long fuse is there specifically to... Oh. I thought that was a two-way tunnel, but it wasn't. It was not. Right, maybe I need to use the Wraithwing sooner. Like, use it for this somehow? One way or another, I do have to get him through this weird passage here anyway. So I should probably try to accomplish that now. In case it's useful against the queens. Alright, that's a progress. Sort of. I think he's stuck if he goes all the way down there. Whoops. Man, vertical preference is going to put him going the wrong way. I have to push him. I can't... There we go. Okay. I guess that's good enough. Maybe? Or is it going to be even pickier? Yeah, this is really picky to manipulate. Now, how is he useful against this mess? This mess? I really don't know. But I have to assume he is, because why else would he exist? Why else would it be so tough to get him in here? That's not quite what I wanted. Alright, let's get a queen. Let's try to get a roach behind him in a certain way. I'd really like him to go west here. Like block off a roach spawn somewhere. But he really wants to stick around in that northwest corner where it's not useful at all. I don't know. I don't see how the Wraithwing can help here. There's just always too many roaches because of this stupid Ormites. If I could make those two just come out at the same time, I might have a chance, but no. They have to be as annoying as possible and come out just one at a time every single time. Why? Maybe I need to do this? I don't know how that would help, but try that. No, she'll just jump north again immediately. It's not useful. Let's try and get... Really? I want to pull the Wraithwing down and have two roaches, have a roach blocking his way northwest. But that just doesn't seem possible. Yeah, there's no way to get any other configuration but this one. So, I must be missing some kind of magic trick that makes it more efficient to kill all these roaches. Is the only conclusion I can draw. I mean, there's hot tiles way up there where I can't use them for anything, which is real helpful. What do you want me to do here? I just do not understand what it wants from me. I think the big problem is that this roach right here moves before everyone else because he was spawned before anyone else. So there's no way for him to ever be pulled out of there. So he's always in the way of going north. And even if you pull him out, there's another guy who moves too quickly in his wake. Because that's just the order they spawn in. I just don't see it. What am I supposed to be able to do? I can almost get the Wraithwing behind me if I ran this way, which is not helpful, but okay. Nope. Alright, I have a guess. I didn't mean to go back quite this far. Hang on. Really? Couldn't have put maybe a checkpoint somewhere in there? Okay. This is the only guess I have, is to somehow magically push this rattlesnake to the north and have him block some of those roaches. Which is, of course, snake manipulation, therefore probably impossible for me, but it's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I see this might not work either. Now guess what? The rattlesnake is blocked by roaches no matter what you do. So the rattlesnake is completely useless for this because of that long timer. And that's why that fuse exists, I guess, because somebody found a leak involving using a rattlesnake there to do something useful instead of just killing it. What did I even do to get this far? Oh, whoops. I can leave that eye right there alive. There's no reason to bother with the rattlesnake because he's completely unhelpful. I don't understand any way in which bringing a roach-like creature behind me would be helpful here, but it sure is a thing I can do because I left that eye alive. Can I even bring him in alive? I'm not sure I can. Because he's gonna try really hard to die to these hot tiles. Yeah, no, I can't see how this helps. I don't know, this room is just impossible. Nothing works. I have no idea what this room wants from me. Because absolutely none of the options that exist work. At this point I'm inclined to give up and try something else. Alright. Well, that was easy. I mean, it was so small it had no choice but to be fairly easy, I guess. That's not really true. Okay, what does this want? Alright, that just opens that. I've got to put a golem in all 4 of these. Then open that door. And then, I don't know. There's things that toggle something here. This opens that. Okay, this is a magic. Put the golem piles on the thing and then make an adder follow an exact path to eat all of them while you're completely far away from it, unable to manipulate anything. Thing. Basically, blindly guess where an adder is going to prefer to go and then hope that it works, as far as I'm concerned. The problem is I have to clear so much space just to be able to traverse this area myself. I don't have enough control to guarantee that I can put anything anywhere that I actually need it to be. Especially the adder. I do not have enough control over the shape of the broken wall. Precisely because I have to put golems on it. but I still have nowhere near enough control over the snake to make it actually go where I need it to go. Oh. Well, it would help if I gave it the room to exit the enclosure at all, I suppose. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nope. Yeah, this is just not compatible with my way of thinking about things at all. Someone who understands how snake work would probably be able to figure out what kind of magic shape is required there, but I don't, so... Let's see this room. Okay. Why does this Omflich exist? You can stun me if I'm standing in a place I can't stand, or if I'm standing here, or if I'm standing in another place that's probably not where I'm supposed to be. So, what? The very first problem that I'm seeing, which is a pretty big problem, is that if there isn't anything here, then I can't go south here because I have to be facing west and then there's a bomb. So I guess that a live rock golem has to come down this way after I drop the trapdoors, which is going to be a while after I break this guy up. However, I don't have the way to break this guy up and keep more than 3 golems, and I need to put golems in 3 places. What? Okay, well, I guess first of all I have to do that. And then I don't have any other options but to do this, because that's the only way to do that. Not really sure how to guarantee I can get a golem onto that button. I should just put a guy here now, because I know I have to. There's no way to get a golem anywhere that would be useful for that, but I guess that probably doesn't matter. The real question is, how do I get one of these guys to turn all the way around for me? I don't really see any answer to that. I was thinking it was the serpent's job to push the buttons. That also makes sense, though. Alright, in that case, this is more of a waste disposal problem. And I need to find somewhere to put all 3 of the dead golems. So one of them definitely fits there. One of them there. I'm not sure about the third one. There's an extra space way up here, but there's no way to use it because you can't lure a golem here in a way that lets you kill it. I guess I could bring a golem all the way through and put him exactly like in the middle of this broken tile zone. Let's give ourselves some space here. No, there's no way to do that either. I can't put a golem north of here either. I can put a guy right there if I do exactly that. And then another one can be trapped there. Then I can do this. And that gives me control over... I forgot to drop the trapdoor way over here. So now let's see if the serpent decides to magically go where it's supposed to. Oh. Yeah, I guess so. Then I just stand here until the serpent blocks for one turn. Okay. That's way more straightforward than I thought it would be. 7th place. What is this about? So, if I go... Okay, never mind. I thought the Omplage was supposed to light that fuse, but it doesn't. So I don't know what the purpose of this apparatus is whatsoever, because it's completely impossible for anything to happen. This Omplage can't do anything, so I guess its entire purpose is to get killed somehow? Even though I'm not sure how that can happen either. Oh, arrow rotators. So if I push 2 arrow rotators, then this guy can step onto the hot tiles and kill himself. And he might also light the fuse when he does that, which would close this, and I don't know what this does. I guess I have to have somebody stepping on this button, and I have to drop all the trapdoors. What a convoluted mess this entire room is. And... man, what even? Okay. Okay. So if I press this, I can exit the room by using this platform, except I can't because this toggles that, so something also has to stand here. If I push the arrow rotator tokens, then it will be possible for this guy to go here, except I don't know how I would kill him if I trapped him there. There's also a rattlesnake which could make it all the way over there if I have the arrow rotators active. There's a bunch of things here which I'm sure have some kind of purpose. I don't understand this room at all. Just nothing about this room is just complete insanity. Just every single thing they could think of at once. Like, I have to make some path that brings me here at the end of the trapdoors, but also put something there, and also, I don't know. Also, the rattlesnake has to go over here, and I have to hit this button before this fuse runs out, but after the arrow rotators... The tunnel platform is just to exit the room, as far as I can tell. So, why is there a Roach Queen in this room? What possible conceivable purpose could she serve? My number one guess is I'm supposed to push her over to those sandy tiles. She stands here and drops 4 roaches into these 4 pockets so that the rattlesnake will go right by there, I guess. Who's standing on this button to let me out? I don't know. The only possible option would be a rock golem corpse, which is completely impossible to get all the way over there. Platform or no, I don't see any way to make that possible. Also, there's some convoluted toggle setup down here because this room is not confusing enough. I don't even know how to start this room. There are too many pieces that don't make any sense at all, considered together or apart. I don't understand. Like, none of this makes any sense. I have to drop these, which means I have to do, if I want to do something with this platform, it comes after the rattlesnake. Because of the setup of the trapdoors adjacent to it, I can't do anything but kill those rock golems, so they're pointless. Or I guess I could bring the platform all the way around to them and then use it to ferry them nowhere useful whatsoever. I still have no clue whatsoever how I'm supposed to toggle that button up there while I'm all the way down here, apart from really lucky rattlesnake movement. But even that isn't an option because I can't go up here, because if I'm going up here, then I'm going back down here by this, which means I'm cutting off the way for the rattlesnake to get anywhere. So wait. How do I even free the rattlesnake in the first place? I guess I'm supposed to do this? But then, how do I... Well, okay, he can sit there. That's fine. I can just get rid of these, because I don't know how else to use them anyway. I can get rid of these. I'm technically capable of bringing a golem to these tiles if I want to. I still have no way to toggle this while I'm in the south area, if I've got things like this. I guess I should try to push her up there and use the platform to help, along with while I'm doing everything else. Is there any way to get this queen onto this platform? I don't think so. Not from the platform, at least. Oh. I don't know, this room makes no sense. This is just complete, overcomplicated nonsense. It's unreadable. I don't even understand what my, what my goals at each step are supposed to be. I don't know what the steps are, much less what my goal at each step is. Okay, so there's 8 buttons that all need to be held down. There's a trapdoor gate here and there and there. There's a snake for some reason. And there's a trapdoor there. Hmm. I think this is just a horde harasses you while you try to put 8 golems on 8 buttons. Probably. I don't know why the bridges are set up in this convoluted fashion, but you know, they can do whatever they want. Let's see. I don't want to use up too many trapdoors for that guy. Let's get rid of these roaches first. Why is there a snake involved in this room on top of everything else? Because the architect really likes snakes, I guess. There. I pushed all the buttons. And I don't need to unpush them, unlike any of the other rooms where you need to push all the buttons. I guess at this point I should just drop all the bridges, because I gotta get that trapdoor gate going anyway. Alright, now I can zoom through this, and still wonder what the point of the snake is. Why? I guess I have to time when I do this so that no roaches are coming after me, in addition to everything else. No? What even? Is that what the snake is for? Come out here. Block the roaches. That's your entire purpose as far as I can tell. No? He can't even do his job. You have one job, Snake. Do it. No. You're not doing your job. Do your job. I don't know what else I'm supposed to use for this. I can't use the rock golems because I need all 8 over there. I can't put the snake way over there because then I have no way to kill him. If he's supposed to be pushing the buttons, he has to survive to do that. There is both no other way I can think of to block the roaches from going through this force arrow, which feels like an afterthought anyway. Like it should be an afterthought. And there's also no other apparent purpose for the snake whatsoever. Come to the west, please, snake. Not with the roaches. I don't know. What else do you want from me? There's no other options. Why is it like this? Like, this doesn't even feel like an intentional thing. This doesn't feel like it was intentionally designed as a part of the puzzle at all. It just feels like something the architect discovered after building his puzzle already and was like, oh, well, maybe I'll call that the whole puzzle. think the snake might be too stupid to help. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do with him. I mean, maybe? Except there's no way to do that. Like, if I push the serpent all the way over here, and he's surviving and pushing down pressure plates, then he's gonna survive forever and I can't make him die. Like, the only two options for a serpent that's over here is either he bonks himself into some of these rock piles and or pit tiles and kills himself, or he stays here perpetually pushing the buttons forever. And neither option is useful. The first one obviously has him not pressing the buttons long enough. And the second one has the issue of him not being killable because I have no way to get over here after I've done everything else. So there's no way to use the serpent for that because he'll either be here forever and not killable, or he'll die way too soon. And even if the serpent's doing that, that doesn't actually fix my problem. Like, I don't understand what I'm expected to be able to do. Apart from magic snake manipulation that I feel completely incapable of, there's no way to save a rock golem. And even then, I don't think just one golem would really be enough. Well, maybe it would, but again, I don't see how to do that. Yeah, you stay over here somewhere. Oh, wait. Don't pull him across yet. And of course, this has to involve pushing a serpent west, because why would it ever not? Why would it ever, just have the easier way of moving a serpent somewhere? Instead of being a tedious mess with a bunch of roaches harassing me. Would you just go already? Alright, this is all I've got. That magic loop seems no easier to achieve than sorry. That magic loop seems no easier to achieve than a one-button loop. So it's like I might as well just try to stick him on one button. which he's not cooperating with at all right now, of course, because why would he? Yeah, I don't know. This just does not work. Ugh. Let me try something that doesn't disgust me. Maybe. Well, those force arrows suggest I should enter the room to the east of here this way. And I guess I should. Ugh. Why do every single room snakes? Could it not be room with snakes for once? Like, I did well on the difficult rooms without snakes. Or the one where I didn't have to actually manipulate Snake. But no, every other room has to have Snake. Has to be all about Snake. Every time, snakes. I don't even know what this room wants from me. Like, there just are things everywhere. Once again, there's an arrow rotating token, which does something, I assume. There's a trapdoor gate, because this can't be simple. And this opens that, I guess. Do I need to put the goblin there? Do I need to put a rattlesnake there? Do I need to put the adder there? Do I need to put the roach queen there? Do I need to put a rock golem there or a golem corpse? Everything will be exploded by this, so it doesn't matter what I put there as long as I put something there. There's targates here, which toggle by this, and that also does that, which matters for some reason. If I hit the rotating token, then I can go through this mess, and I can't go through this mess without hitting the rotating token. My only option in this room is to go that way, push this, which does nothing else but open a door, so why does it exist? And then go push this, which releases the goblin, and well, I can either go push this and go around back to here, in which case I would be stuck. Well, no, I could use this then. Or I can go down this way and over that way and back around, which I probably have to do, because if I don't do that, then I'm no good at this. This is exactly not the kind of way of solving a room that I'm any good at. I'm just gonna kill these rattlesnakes and golems and try to figure out what I need to do after, because this does not work for me. Analyzing a room ahead of trying to solve it does not work for me, and any room that asks me to actually do that is not going to be a good room for me. I guess since I awoke that guy, I better kill him. Now what? I can't not go this way facing that way, because otherwise I die. That's possible. Let's see if I have to push a guy in there. I guess at least I'm pushing him east. Of course, it can't be simple. I can't just be trying to manipulate a snake east. I have to also have a roach horde coming at me from the south while I'm trying to push a snake east. Because nothing can ever be simple. No piece of anything can ever be like a simple, as simple as just doing it. There has to be something else convoluted in the way of doing whatever it is I'm trying to do. No, don't come back across the bridge. Does this even help? It doesn't feel like this is helping. Will you please come south one more tile? Please? I think I'm projecting more annoyance and negativity than I'm really feeling. This is just really hard. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to do, so I'm just trying something. But, like, even if I figure out what I'm supposed to, even if I make this one piece of the room work, then I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get stuck somewhere else because I did something else I wasn't supposed to do. And maybe I didn't really did this part correctly because I was supposed to do something else. And I don't know. And I have no way of telling if I'm doing this part correctly or not without getting past it and trying something beyond it. But it's hard enough to do this part by itself as it is without anything else to it. Won't you please go east to the bridge? I know you're capable of doing that. You did it before. Would having him behind me help at all? I feel like it wouldn't. There. Sheesh. I'm trying to recreate whatever I had before, but with one less tail, because it felt like I could escape somewhere if he was one tile shorter, which is the entire reason that I went to the trouble of doing this again. It just does not seem to work. I don't know exactly what position I had before. I just know that I thought, oh, if I can make him one tile shorter and have it be like this, then I might be able to accomplish something. but I don't remember what that was. And I can't really tell one way or another if it's possible to create that situation with one less table. It doesn't seem like I have succeeded in doing so as of yet. I just don't know. This is... Are there any other rooms that are just nice and simple and just work? Instead of being a convoluted mess of like 7,000 different things that should probably all have their own separate rooms? Maybe to the north? No? This looks like every bit as much of a mess as the previous room. And it has Briar in it, because why wouldn't it? You know, like they say, if you can have Briar, why not have Briar? I guess. Oh, is there like a weird... This is like a weird timing puzzle thing. I guess I needed to do that for some reason. Yeah, okay. This is, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's a start. I guess I'm stuck here if I leave it like that. Yeah, okay, that door's open and I can't make it. How am I supposed to be more efficient in a room where I literally am forced every single turn to do the exact thing that I did? Like, if I literally have no choices in the entire room, how can I be more efficient at the room? That is as efficient as I can possibly be. Like, what? What? What do you want? I can't go south because there's a golem in the way. I have to go north. I can't go west. I have to go north. I have to go here, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. Trap the golem farther east by waiting at a certain time. Trap the hot tile. I can't wait until I'm here. And then there's a roach in the way. Yeah, the roach is in the way. Is one of the big problems. When I train through through here, I have to do this and that, which invariably puts a roach in the way. I guess this is maybe more. Well, no, I can't be that efficient because. I guess this is better? Yeah, okay, that's apparently good enough. Except I have to... What? But... Why? Why does it do that? Really? How? Why? I can't kill these roaches. I can't get to them. I can't let the briar get to them because then this blocks this off. How is that supposed to work? There's no way to kill those roaches. What? What do you want? How am I supposed to do that? I don't have any other choice. I have to go through this exactly this way, after which there are 4 roaches up there. And then I can't go west, because I'm dealing with this nonsense. And then I can't kill those roaches, because there's briar in the way. What? Every single move is forced. Every single one. I have to do this at exactly the right timing to make the queen spawn. What? How? Why? There's everything in the way. Am I supposed to magically kill these roaches here somehow? I don't see how. I can't even survive these roaches here. I can't go south because there's a golem in the way. I can't go west because there's a golem in the way. What even? What a mess. This room is just a mess. This is basically an entire magic sequence room. You have to know exactly what thing to do to make every single possible step. I don't know. I will move to the next room, but I just like to voice my objection to this room design concept. I feel like they could have done better. Also, there's a room being locked off that's to the north of here that's behind a green door for absolutely no good reason. Like, there is no reason for this green door to be here. Whatever. Unless what's beyond there is somehow like either a secret room or a more advanced version of that room, I can't see any justification to block it off. Okay, let's take a quick peek at a very old hold of mine, Persistence, which is a hold about dropping bridges from above to below. Sometimes the doors stay open or closed when you leave and re-enter the room, half of whose rooms you have to pass through before you can clear. To be, although this is built in the TSS engine, I started building this before playing TSS and seeing seeding beacons. So the idea of a room needing to be passed through before you could finish it, well, for me at least, it felt fairly different at the time. Anyway. Yeah. This is all just information on how this works. And also instructions to make a demo. And credits. Thanks to Insoluble for doing testing throughout the testing phase, giving great advice, finding a few unintended solutions, and a potential for a couple of new challenges. Thanks to Skill for testing stuff, giving detailed advice, and just being helpful in general. Thanks also to anyone who checked out the Holden architecture in subforum, even if you didn't find the time to comment on it much. Also, I've mastered this, so I have the master wall open, but that's not a time for now. Oh yeah, that's right. It's structured so you have to read the credit scrolls because you have to push these orbs because they're persistent orbs which stay active after you activate them. Why is this room is lit funny? Yeah, it's okay. The room is lit funny as a hint of what you're supposed to do to some extent. So the puzzle portion so the puzzle of this room is to get these brain roaches to step on the buttons. Simple enough, right? Maybe not that simple. Let's see, how do I get this to happen? There we go. Very manipulation heavy. So this is one of the rooms where the puzzle happens when the bridges are not dropped, and then the easy mode is after you drop the bridges, you can just kill the queens and be done with it. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is... The idea here is to manipulate their movements a bit by having them stepping on these buttons here. You wanna I'll admit to this room being maybe longer than necessary, but at least to me it feels like it has logical steps. There's kind of a staircase thing going on around it. So I think the trick here is to actually gather up more than 3 roaches, so that maybe the crowd will eventually be compelled to go where you need them to go. Something like that. It's better if they're coming from the south so that they're already doing that. Then you can push the button to trap it. Created a somewhat tricky situation to escape from now. I'm amazed I haven't revisited this general idea in Parody and Flow. The idea of getting brain roaches to go a certain way. Seems neat. Alright, so what's the trick here? Is that it? I don't think that's it. So if you hold that, this opens that. This does something there. Oh, I see the problem. You need to get around. Those force arrows mean that you have to do this a bit differently from what you might expect. Yeah, I see. As far as I can recall, the trick is to sort of time how you do this a bit carefully so you can get all the way around without him having the door opened for him all over again. Too many roaches right now. I need to go clean a bunch of them up. You really don't want there to be but like 1 or 2 of them, I think. Or I don't know. guess Parody and Flow could accurately be described as a spiritual successor to this, although it operates on very different concepts. The idea of creating a puzzle where your goal is to do some manipulation with the monsters that doesn't involve killing them, though, certainly carries through. Yeah, I don't remember how this part works. And this is the first room of the level, too. I'm sure at some point this was pretty easy for me, but there's basically just a trick to this, which I don't remember. There's a particular way that you want them to be coming in before you start trying to do this. I don't know if you want there to be less roaches coming or more. I just know that there's something like that you need. Maybe I go up here. Maybe this is it. You want to have two guys inside the box there. Then wind up with two more in the box afterward. Yeah, this is the big problem, is if you have too many roaches coming in from outside, they wind up crowding you so you can't get out quickly enough to actually lock somebody in this on this button. There we go. Maybe. No. Because I gotta push this button on my way out. Ah, I kind of remember. You want to arrange things so that the button is already down as you're leaving, somehow. So this situation is bad because I don't actually want to. I don't want a roach to free those guys. I think. Let me look at my third pass demo. Let's see. Just look how efficient I used to be because I knew what the solution was. Alright, I don't need but one. Okay, I see. So... So it doesn't matter really how many there are out there, but I need one of them to come in. I need them to come in such a way that nobody is pushing the button, I think. Yeah. You have to make room, more or less. Yeah, that's bad. I really need him to not do that. So is he badly placed or what? Yeah, he was badly placed. past it, so that's it. Oh. This is a heck of an introductory room, considering how linear this entire hold is. Alright, so the trick here is that button frees whoever is on this button. So if you so instead of keeping a roach in there, you actually want Beethro to be in there. The first step is to have a roach in this little box thing. Maybe it fixes itself if you just go for it. I don't think so, though. Yeah, no. You really need to put a roach in this area. Yeah, that's it. The reason the lighting is like this is to really try to emphasize the fact that the buttons in the final area are multi-use plates instead of on-off plates like everywhere else. Which means that, anyway, persistent pressure plates, yep. This is a reset orb, which resets everything persistent. This room is just get a thing onto the persistent pressure plates a few times and then you can win. This room doesn't require any bridge dropping, I think. Or maybe, no, it does. So there's no point being in this room until later, but you could hit the persistent plates at least. And then there's a room with tar. I feel like I should just give a tour like this, since it's not a very open hole, and I don't feel like trying to solve every single one of these. I'm really fond of this room shape. It's pretty neat. The second floor also features the same room shape. Very nice. This weird Pac-Man-ish design is the gargantuan kind of mid-boss of the whole level. Hold. This one was made much later because I had a really lame puzzle here before. This room just sort of exists. This one has a nice challenge. The challenge here is to... Let me see if I can get to where I can read it. Hold down 9 pressure plates at once with a giant still alive. So how many pressure plates are in this room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these two, and then all of the ones up here, but leave one of the giants still alive, which is trickier than it seems, even. Anyway, I think I should move on to something I haven't seen. Phil's Dungeon. Oh boy, an AE dungeon, perhaps? By Kevin. Phil's dungeon is infested with monsters, so he's hired Beethro to clear it out. When is the last time... Like, what is the most recent hold that has a description that blasé and simple about, oh, it's just someone's dungeon? Beethro drew his sword and entered the dungeon. I guess I'd better get started. Created October 25th, 03. Forcero! Thank you, Forcero. You made this easier. I'm gonna go to the east now. Wait, can I go out? I can't exit south. Okay. Wasted time, but it's okay. I mean, it looks like there's an exit to the south, but it's pretty understandable that there isn't one. This is interesting. I have to get around to the other side to clear this room. And this is, it's a mimic thing. Are those all broken walls? Those are all broken walls. Okay. So, to escape each trap with a roach in it, you have to destroy a broken wall. Or actually, you can just, yep. Other than that, this is pretty straightforward. Okay, I think I see what the problem is. You want to be in the 3x3 that the broken wall has, but you want to be able to escape it. Alright. Kind of a one-trick room, mostly, seems like. Yes, as long as you're sorry, careful not to break any of your walls that you're going to need. Alright, so let's see. The 3x3 I'm in right now, if I do this, I can escape. Okay. Am I in a good place? I think so, because I'm in a corner. I should be fine. Should be able to just go north? Yeah. One more. And I don't even have to worry about escaping this one. Ta-da! Oh hey, trapdoors. Make your own difficulty. I'm gonna do this. I guess I should have done that. Given how very open and free-form the concept of this room is, I really wonder what an optimized demo looks like. Let's see. Mix throw. Michael. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Nice and clean looking. Something like that. Anyway, north. Because I'm still trying to get around to the room south of here as east entrance. Our first Roach Queens. A little bit of unnecessarily fancy footwork there. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure that was the last one until I found out it was. And here's the end room. And here's an awkward green door in my face. I guess I wasn't supposed to go this way first? Alright. I mean... maybe I'll go north then. That seems likely to be a dead end. Or to lead around to that room. There's like an arrow drawn in the tiles here. In the map design here. This, exactly enough time to turn around. You know, as far as Bone Horde, AE hold goes, this one's not bad. It's not really boring. Like, it's not completely lacking in attempts to make something interesting. Like, it's not amazing or anything, but at least it feels like something. Like somebody who knew what they were doing built it and didn't just scatter some roaches around. Like, look at this. This is the classic surrounded by roaches setup. I might even have to retry it. Yeah, the trick is to leave out the south way and use backslide. That's actually kind of a trick to that. Now this is a bit more dull. Okay. I guess the mimic goes in here. Oh no, the mimic must not go in there. Where should the mimic go? Ugh. Well, it could go here and then push that orb, which would open this. Then I can push this, which opens that. And ultimately the mimic pushes that to open there. Okay. So I guess the mimic should go here somewhere. Oh, that's interesting. There's kind of a race here. Or more of a preparation issue. You have to have the mimic in there and prepared to kill the roaches before they get away. Wait. I guess after that I need to keep the roaches at bay with the mimic while going to an orb somewhere. How do I open this? Oh, okay, the mimic needs to open his own way. So wait for the next spawn. Then escape that way. Almost escaped there, but not quite. There we go. Needed one more tile of that guy's gonna get away. Perfect. Now, he can finally go all the way down south and push his last orb. Oh yeah, I know I can. Right, finally, to complete the room, we just push. We push this guy into the roach trap up here. Over here. Have fun starving to death, Mimic. And then I can go here. Trapdoor maze. Oh, look at that. Directionality is created by these orbs. So in this case, I guess my wrong turn was back here. I needed to go maybe this way? No, I can't go this way yet. that's no good either. Let's start over. I'll try going west first. That's no good. So I gotta start north. And then I suppose south, perhaps? Well, it can't be... I can't go south next because if I go south next, then... Oh, maybe... Hang on. Does it matter which way I enter? It shouldn't matter which way I enter because they should be equivalent. I cannot do that because I have to go north here. So this is forced. I should arc around this way. Sure seems like it's designed to do this twice, but there's no real way to do that. Okay, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to clear all of this out. And also that. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. 15th place. Not too hard. And that was the room to the east of, or to the west of this room. Now if I want to go north again, I have to do all these orbs all over again, but that's fine, I guess. I still haven't found a way to get to that eastern room, but I guess it must be a path from here because I've been everywhere else. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, there's a... I guess there was a broken wall path from the other side to here. Where does this go? Oh no, that's just a way to get back if you cleared this room, which isn't much help to me right now. Well, there's no space to turn around if I go the other way, so... So what is this want? Supposed to kill those two. You can't backswipe when there's more than one roach around. Hmm. That's it. It's gotta be something like that. Yeah, check that out. Alright. We have to use some actual thinking for this room. Perfect. It does seem like a pretty striking room shape with the arrow there and all the other stuff around. I guess I'll just go ahead and free that mess over to the east. So, I still don't know how to reach the other end of this room. Unless there's just broken walls I didn't see somewhere. Which is possible. Hmm. I'm just trying to see if there's any obvious room exits that I've missed. I did try going south from here, but that wasn't possible. There must be a trick to that room. Aha! Simple as that. Just a broken wall that's a little hard to see. I guess someone who has that visibility mod for broken walls might not have so hard a time with it. So, I guess I need to bring him somewhere else first? Like that, maybe? I don't want him to get trapped against these arrows, but how do I do that? Because if I just push this orb, then he gets trapped against those arrows, but if I don't push that orb, he gets trapped the other way. I guess I should push this orb instead. Okay, and now I should do something else. Well, this orb doesn't work. Let's try another one. Let's try the only remaining orb. Not useful from there. How about from this position? Yes, this is useful. Do I want to let him buy from there, from here? Well, I don't have any other option but to do so. And then I guess I should do that. Yeah, look at that. That works. Then I can do this. trap in there and try to get somewhere else. Maybe this is where I use this orb? This is a neat roach maze kind of thing that I don't think I've seen like anywhere else that I can think of. I mean, maybe I've seen it before, but not that I can remember. Where like you have to go into the maze itself, you have to toggle things. I don't know, I just don't think I've seen this kind of setup exactly before. I'm not totally sure what I want to do here. I guess if I do this, and then that, that'll work. Very nice. I like this room. That's a good room. Like, that's just a good room, irrespective of when it came out. In my opinion. Beethro climbed down the stairs to the next level. That wasn't so bad, he thought. At this rate, I'll be finished in no time. Why do I get the impression that's verbatim the level 2 text for King Dugan's dungeon? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not, but it sure seems like it could be. Huh. Well, I can't do anything about that guy just yet. Oh, maybe... So my impression is that the idea of this room is to decide when to take the invisibility potion. Now you have to do it after pushing that orb to the north, but before being overwhelmed by all of the things forever. Because otherwise you can't kill this roach. Alright, so now I want to head down. I want to run back down to where the potion is. There we go. Perfect. I guess they knew about brain invisibility whenever this was made. About how brains and invisibility kind of interact with each other. Oh man, look at that horde coming in from the west too. This might be bad. Yeah, I might have trapped myself. I gotta go... Alright, what I have to do is, before I can continue here, I have to go clear that out. Because I can't have all these guys at my back when I'm trying to deal with the other thing. Alright, that should fix it. Hopefully. Has anyone ever used a brain as like a proximity timer? Like where there's some kind of apparatus that a roach moves through when the brain detects you because you're invisible somehow, or maybe it's detecting when you're outside of shallow water, and like the roach has a certain number of tiles to go through to reach some button you don't want to press or something. It seems like it would be a cool mechanism, at least, if nothing else. Alright, that was quite a room. Let's see what's to the west. Okay, did I mess myself up by taking this potion? I don't think so. This room is about killing the brain quickly before you get overwhelmed by roaches. And definitely don't stand near a brain on the 30th turn. If possible. Yeah, let's disarm this trap here. One less bunch of roaches being spawned. Uh-oh. Don't do that. Sweet. No more queens. Just let that roach approach. Now I can go north. Now what is this about? There's lots of things going on in this room. Lots of roaches placed in such a way that you do not want to lure them. This is very much a thing that we've built here. You have to take exactly the right path around to not trap a roach. Now, can I kill these two? Yes. Yeah, okay. That's what the mimic is for. Now what's up with this? I think what I have to do is open these doors without waking these roaches, and then activate the brain a couple of turns to get them past their respective traps. So I can't go west to the Mimic Potion and the button that the Mimic Potion is associated with until after I do that. Let's see. Can I get north? Only just. Can I even get... Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, what did that do? Oh, look at that. There is one roach, precisely one roach, way up here in the northwest that restricts how long you can expose yourself to the brain before you become unable to kill it. I'm sure it has to, the timer has to be at least as long as 2 turns though. Because if it's any shorter than that, no, I don't know. I guess I need to kill that guy first is all. Oops. Maybe I can do that. Yeah, okay. So this guy, then we go over here and kill that guy. No? Oh yeah, I do. I guess that's what that's for. So after I do everything else, then I'll do that. So I can afford to let things step out 2 turns, obviously. And I need to do that for these 2 at the south. Whoops. Now I can kill the brain. Check out that. That's a timing thing right there. Like, if you're stepping toward that orb, you better have committed. Alright, and that's the purpose of the last invisibility potion, is to pull that guy out. This is a nice room. It's kind of a constrained, determine the correct order to do things kind of room. I don't know how to put it into elegant wording, but... Alright, was this a room where I should take the invisibility potion right away? I would guess that the answer is yes, but I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, we need to do that. Maybe I actually have to hit this as soon as possible, actually. Okay. Now there's some kind of convoluted thing with trapdoors down in there. But I don't think I have to interact with that until I'm done with this. Alright, so what is this? Okay. I guess I didn't want to hit that yet? I don't know. That seems necessary, but then if I do that, I can't do anything else. Is there something I'm missing about all that? There's no way to lure either of those roaches on the east side. Without also luring this guy. Oh wait, that's okay. Durr. Very simple. Never mind. Very, very simple. Okay. Then it's just slightly tricky to kill them. Not too hard. Okay, now this looks like the meaty part. The tough portion. I guess I needed to do that. And then I need to go around through here to pull him south. Not totally clear where it is I'm meant to be trying to lead him, but I guess this works. this toggles that, so if I toggle that, then I can just pull him, maybe. Yeah, I can use the force arrows to pull him another step. I must have used a potion. I must have used a trapdoor when I wasn't supposed to at some point. Okay, let's try starting this over. I'm gonna hit this a few times so I can push R and maybe start the whole thing over if I have to again. So, it doesn't seem to me that I have any option except to start by pulling him through here. And after that, I gotta go down here. I don't know what else I could do. I think these trapdoors seem to just be like their only purpose that I can tell is to keep me from bringing the roach through that path because that would be too easy. Then I gotta do this. I don't really have any option but to pull him that way. I can't get far enough south to do anything unless I go through this area. I can't get close enough to him after that. I can't get any farther away in order to do something here. He's gonna be sitting on that door after I go through that passage no matter what. I don't think there's any way to not have him hit that spot there. Yeah, no, he's gonna go to the north no matter what I do at this point. This force arrow setup is very carefully designed. Right, what is the missing step here? What magic thing have I not done that I need to? Or what thing have I done that I shouldn't have? Man, why has there gotta be a door here? I don't get it. I gotta be missing something simple. I just don't see what that could be. there's nowhere I can stand to pull him any farther south. Is there? There it is. Okay. Yep, feel dumb. Okay then. Well, this room had about 3 rooms in it. Not bad puzzles at all. I guess that just leaves the south? Looks like this is just a roach horde with brains and an invisibility potion. Straightforward enough. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this one throws invisibility at you right away, and then it throws a mimic at you, which you've got to put up here. Alright, looks like we're dealing with a movement restriction kind of thing. So, to clear this trapdoors... I guess I want to go this way first, maybe? Fairly simple. I feel like I could manage significantly worse movement restrictions than this and still do that. Perhaps. It might even be harder to get the mimic down to where I am now from finishing the trapdoor maze than it was to actually do the trapdoor maze. Right, 1 down. Oops. Two down. Now I can just hang out in the north side and not worry about getting seen by any any roaches. Phew. Okay. Now we go kill that last roach with the mimic, thus trapping the mimic in there for all eternity. Hooray! Exit level. 68th place, because I guess I did that really slowly. Alright. Hey, there's a thing here. Scrolls. I will be very surprised if anyone manages to get through this room on their first try. Okay then. Or on their second try. That's pretty good. That's a good joke. Curiosity traps everybody. Alright. I think this is a good place to stop. Oh, especially as I see Wraithwings on the horizon. Yeah, okay. It's about 5 something, so this is a good time to cut off. So, let's see. Today we looked at perplexing puzzles, which had some good puzzles and some incomprehensible puzzles. We looked at persistence, which is definitely a thing that I built once. And Phil's Dungeon, which, for being AE based, is amazing, honestly. Really good. Lots of good rooms, or at least decent rooms. I can't think of any actually horrible bad rooms that were in it, or exceptionally boring ones if you don't count the ones that are just pass-through, which is a perfectly modern concept of just having a pass-through room, so nothing wrong there. Looks as if Pickle Cellar is next. I've played Pickle Cellar before, but I should probably give it another shot, because it's been forever. As I recall, I got stuck on the level with rock golems, and over a giant pit or something. Maybe I'm a little better with rock golems than I used to be, though, and I'll be able to make it a little farther. Anyway, thank you for watching. I think I might skip out next Tuesday, but I should still have a stream next Friday. So, farewell for now.